said I, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see.
Hey, Sarah, Sarah, what will be, will be.
Let's do a good one here. Oh! Hey, let's see. Come on.
In that case, let's pull off those discs and let Mr. Speaks pound them out.
All right. I'll get it.
Well, it's better, because we're leaving.
Hello?
Telegram, Doris.
Oh, hi now. I got a telegram. Whee! Hey, would you hold on a second? Leroy. Okay, now, read it to me.
Dear Doris, as usual, it's crisis time. Need you desperately. Can you come to New York for 4 days? That's all I ask. Love, signed Maggie Wells.
Nell, I'd like to send a wire right back.
Same person.
To Maggie Wells. Yeah, the same name. Hey, how's the baby?
It was just colic. She's fine.
Is she?
Now the telegram.
Yeah, Maggie Wells, in care of the Ladies' World magazine, New York City, New York. Much as I would love to, can't possibly come back at this time.
Thank you for thinking of me. I am terribly flattered. Love, Doris.
I told you the telegram wouldn't work.
Regardless, she's still the only solution to our problem.
I don't get it, Maggie. If time is such a factor, why not assign somebody else?
Because Doris knows these charity rackets. She's the only one with the contacts to wrap up the expose in time for the press run. That's why I want her.
Well, according to that, she plans to stay on that ranch.
Then it looks like I'll have to go out to, where is it?
Cotina.
And drag her back. So you better book me out on the tumbleweed flight. I'm going home to pack my spurs.
Maggie. Why the persistence?
Because once I get Doris Martin off that ranch and into New York, I'm going to talk her into staying here permanently.
Who? It's Maggie Wells. Oh, what a surprise. How'd you find us?
Local cab who informed me everybody in Katina's in church.
Right.
So I thought I'd just come out and set a spell.
Good. Don't say anything about the telegram. I haven't mentioned it.
Hello, Miss Wells.
Oh, you've got to be bugged.
That's right, ma'am.
Because I know those little ones don't have beards.
Oh, I don't know. This is Billy.
Aye.
And Toby.
Aye.
This is Leroy, Doris's oldest boy.
Nice to know you, Leroy.
Oh, and Juanita.
Oh, how do you do? Juanita, I'm so glad to know you. I've heard so much of you and your fabulous cooking.
Oh, and he can prove it.
Why don't I go right in there, make us some coffee?
I love it. That's what I
Leroy.
love. Why did you want me to cool the telegram in front of the family?
Because I hadn't discussed it with them, Maggie. I mean, I had decided not to go to New York, and so there was no sense in telling them about it.
But you know how persistent I am.
You're here, aren't you?
Look, all I'm asking you to do is come back with me for just 4 days. You know that story you did 2 years ago with Senator Rivers on charity frauds?
Yeah.
Well, Mac McCauley dropped out on me. And you're the only one that can get the job done for me.
Oh, Maggie.
We'll contact Senator Rivers and line up appointments with Congressman Piper and Figaro.
What about the art? Is that all in?
Every bit of it. All we need is to wrap up. That you'll supply.
Well, I would have to go to Washington to see the senator. that would mean... Hey, wait a minute. Don't you do that.
What?
You know darn well what. You've got a nice little role going here, and I fell right in, just beautifully.
I need you. Doris, do you think I would have come all the way out to this cowboy and Indian country if I weren't desperate?
I know, Meg. But I'm just going to have to discuss it with my father and the boys. That's all.
I'm sure they can get along without you for a few days.
Well, I'm not. They depend on me for everything around here. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll have a talk with them and see how they feel, and then I'll decide. Is that okay?
Fair enough.
Oh.
I don't. Get this. Slow this down.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah?
I wanted to ask you something.
Shoot.
Well, you know why Maggie is here. She's having trouble in the magazine.
Here, let me do that for you, Bill.
And she'd like for me to go back to New York with her for about 4 days.
You got those up there?
Did you hear?
Oh, New York?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea. You haven't been back there in a long time. Vacation will do you good. Juanita'll take care of the boys and me. We'll get along just fine.
Oh, you will?
Sure. What do you fellas think about your mother going to New York?
Neat, Mom. When are you going to get us?
When am I going to get you?
Aren't you going to bring us back a present?
Well, I guess I will.
Great. We ready, Grandpa?
Right, get in.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah.
Take
That
the
way,
break.
Mom. Mom, that way.
All right, here we go.
Go. Come on. Bye.
Hey, look. Just because we think you ought to go doesn't mean we won't miss you.
Yeah, I noticed how you all fell apart.
Just put it right there. Yes, sir. I'll put it right.
We'll make it. Goodbye, Juanita.
Oh, goodbye, Chiquita.
Goodbye. I love you. And I'll see you soon. Be good now, okay? Look, don't forget now, if you need me for anything, I'm at Maggie's apartment or at the magazine. Got that? Hey, did I give you the number?
Oh, I got it right here, Doris. I got it. I got it, too.
He also left one with me.
I got one, too. I'm a mother. Goodbye. Bye. Take care of yourselves, you hear? Be back in 4 days.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. I love you. Bye. Keep your honest diet.
Fat chance with you out of town.
And don't forget to brush your teeth.
We won't, Mom. Bye. I have to. Later, dummy.
98% of all the charity drives are doing a marvelous job. They really are, but it's that other 2% that we're going to expect. Senator, this is Doris Martin again. I'm sorry to bother you, but I spoke with Congressman Piper, and he said that his bill will be out of committee in about a week. Will that help you? I thought so. Good. Yes, sir, I'm leaving in the morning. Yes, I'll have a good flight. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye. What a nice man. He's been such a help. By the way, you know that he's starting the public hearings with the subcommittee in about 1 month. So what my research doesn't tell you, his investigation will, for your follow-up. Okay? Well, I guess that about does it, old dear. And I thought that now I might go down and see the girls and have some coffee. I want to say goodbye to them. Okay. See you in a minute.
Yes. Now my work begins.
You'll never do it. You heard what she said. She can't wait to get home.
Why don't you and I make a little bet?
Oh, boy, look at that. That is so beautiful, Maggie. Come on out a minute.
Let's get serious for a minute. It's cards on the table time. I'm hereby offering you a permanent job with a marvelous salary and an unlimited future.
Oh, Meg. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very flattered, but I can't possibly say yes. I have, a family to think of, and...
Let's face it, writing is your world. That article you just finished for us, you should be proud.
I am proud of that. It was, very satisfying.
If you have a talent for writing, then it's wrong not to use it, and you have to place your energies where they'll do the most good. You can't afford to sit on a ranch. With your talent, you must contribute.
Maggie Wells, when I came home from church and found you sitting on the porch, I knew you were going to get around to that very dialogue. I knew it.
Honey, look. Go back home, talk it over with Buck and the boys, and find out how they feel. I'll even go with you. I wouldn't mind getting away for a few days myself.
Oh, boy.
Does that mean yes?
Not really. But what surprises me is that I haven't said no.
Juanita, chiquito. Hi, Leroy. How you doing?
I'll get you back.
Okay.
We got a surprise for you, Mom. First, close your eyes.
Well, okay. Well, I have to get on going a little bit. Come on, Meg. I'm with you. Good thing I know the house, all right. Keep them closed still? Okay.
Now you can open them.
Welcome.
You like it?
Oh, thank you, Toby. Oh, sweetheart, I love it. Did you do it all yourself?
Leroy helped us.
Did you, Leroy?
Well, everybody helped. I hung the streamers.
Oh, let's keep them up for always.
Doris, why don't you show Toby and Billy their surprises?
Should we close our eyes?
Well, not yet, because they're upstairs. Come on, let's go.
Doris, maybe you'd like to lie down after your trip.
No, I'm fine. Besides, I want to talk to you about something that's kind of important. Now in a minute.
First, she has to show us our surprises.
Right, 2 surprises coming up. Hurry up.
You didn't get us a sweater, did you, Mom? Oh, good.
I wonder what she wants to talk to us about.
The same thing I want to talk to you about. Please, sit down for a few minutes.
This is beginning to sound serious.
Well, first, I want to ask you how you'd feel about Doris moving to New York. And before you say no...
I'm not saying no. You asked me to listen. I'm listening.
Well, Doris doesn't know I'm saying anything about this. But I've offered her a permanent job in New York. An important job.
Well, there are a lot of viewpoints on what makes a job important. You see, out here, we think that running a ranch, raising 2 boys on the farm, we think that's important.
Well, I respect your kind of life, Mr. Webb. And I can understand why you think so much of it. But...
Miss Wells, I've got a feeling you got something to say about this job on your own. Otherwise, you let Doris tell us so. Why don't you just get right to the point?
I spent this last week with your daughter. And you should have seen her. The way she glowed when she got involved. She loved every minute of it. She has a talent, Mr. Webb, and she owes the world the fruits of her talent. And think of the boys. They would be given a fantastic opportunity to travel.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what I think, Mr. Webb. I think she'd love to accept my offer, but she's thinking of you and the boys, not of herself. One negative word from any of you, and as much as she'd really like to take the job, I know she's going to turn it down.
She was that happy in New York.
I've never seen her happier.
All right, Miss Wells. We'll do it your way.
Mr. Webb, I know how difficult this is for you, but you won't be sorry. It may be a little hard to explain to the boys.
Don't worry about the boys. Once they hear it'll make their mother happy, they'll do the same thing I'm doing.
I don't want to go back to New York, Grandpa. It would make Mom happy, Tobe. Yeah, I know.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh. Why is it they're never this bright in the city?
Maybe they are.
People are just too busy looking down.
Guess you're right.
How about this, huh?
Heaven.
Ah, what a night.
You about ready for that big discussion you promised us?
Sure.
This
What's
is
up?
family time. You don't need me, and I'm tired anyway. I'm going to bed. Night.
Night.
Good night, Meg.
Don't forget, you two. You're going to show me the lake tomorrow.
Night.
Night.
Look, I don't mean to have this sound like a big mystery. You know, it isn't that at all. But it is something that affects us, and so I'll tell you what it is, and we can discuss it, and then we'll make a decision, okay?
Okay.
Maggie offered me a fantastic job on the magazine, which would mean living in New York.
Well?
Well, you know that it would mean leaving you alone here if I took it.
Well, sure. New York ain't exactly commuting distance, you know.
And for the boys, it would mean going to school in New York. It would be a lot different than it is here. And you wouldn't have your bikes, and you wouldn't have your horses.
Well, couldn't they go to the park for those things?
Sounds like fun. Yeah, fun.
Everything will work out just fine.
Well, now, wait a minute. We haven't discussed it. I mean, I want to go through every detail, and I want to hear what everybody has to say about it, and then discuss it.
Well, it seems to me that's just what we discussed.
No, we didn't discuss it at all. You don't just rush into something in 3 minutes' time that may affect our whole lives.
Why not?
Why not? I mean, you just don't do that, Buck. You don't do that.
Now, just a minute. If we think that this is a good move, have you got anything against it?
Well, I don't know, because we
There
haven't...
you are. Discussion's over. Come on, boys. We got things to do in the barn.
All I can say is that was one rotten discussion.
Couldn't you take them to the park for those things?
Sounds like fun. Yeah, fun.
Everything will work out just fine.
Well, now, wait a minute. We haven't discussed it.
Couldn't you take them to the park for those things?
Sounds like fun. Yeah, fun.
Maggie! Maggie Wells, I want to talk to you. Come on, you guys, get down here.
What in tarnation's going on?
We're going to have a discussion. Just come right in here and sit down.
Another one? Have a discussion.
Come on, sit down here. Okay. Now, Maggie told me about the little conversation that she had with all of you.
She didn't talk to us.
She didn't tell you that we'd be happier in New York?
Grandpa told us that.
Well, Miss Wells told me that the schools are better in New York. The boys would get an opportunity to travel.
Don't you think that we should have discussed that like a family? I mean, don't you think that I should have been included?
But I thought you wanted to go to New York.
You thought I wanted to go to New York. Where did you get that idea?
Well, Grandpa told us.
Well, I thought you wanted to go to New York, too.
You thought so, too.
Well, Miss Wells as much as said...
Maggie thought so. Everybody thought I wanted to go to New York, and nobody bothered to ask me.
Well, do you want to go to New York?
No!
Well, then...
No, I don't want to go to New York.
Boy, this would have been a lonely place without the three of you.
I was so sure we'd be leaving together.
No, don't feel bad, Mag. Any of those 4-day emergencies come up again, I'm your girl.
I may manufacture a few emergencies.
I'm sure.
I hope you don't hold my little plot against me.
Oh, no, ma'am. You're a career woman, and career women have to do things like that, don't they?
That's right, they do. Well, goodbye,
Bye,
darling. Bye.
Have a good flight.
Thanks.
Keep in
Goodbye,
touch.
Mr. Webb.
Goodbye, Miss Wells.
Take care, Leroy.
Hold it. Come here a minute. I want to tell you something. And if you ever quote me, I'll deny it.
I won't. What?
You'd have been a darn fool to leave this place.
That's what I thought. Toodaloo.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'll write you. I love the food every